as Sentinels have all the info and all the time in the world to just play as careful and patient as they'd like to. There comes the Omen smoke, and dapr just waits until he has the right kind of peek for it. In the meantime, Wardell finds one. hazed is joining that party, and TSM is starting with the retake capability. Left, right, and centers, the players were joining, and Sentinels only can rely onto two, but that is going to be the side for making it work. Sight is being seen, dapr with 4! What a play that comes in through the Cypher, who saves the day! I would have never thought.
You know, Quake champion.
Oh, it absolutely does. I mean,
ooh, a railgun down mid.
That's the first one fallen. Sentinels are losing a fine. ShahZaM holds a very tight angle. That's a good night for hazed. That allows them a bit more off control, as I'm not quite sure if they have the brimstone aware on their right-hand side. That smoke from Subroza comes in. He saw the barrel and shows ShahZaM falls. Time to fall back and take the classic bit of control you have.
Just highlight again that the B-side hold is not a Cypher, it's the Omen that Cutler's brought to that B-side hold. He's now pushed aggressive through it. We talked about the aggression on TSM's defense. He's coming in on the flank through sewers. He's actually cancelled that going vents as Sentinels take control of the A side.
To where the spike is waiting. And waiting to be defused. Sentinel still remains very defensive on the side. Subroza goes in first, and Mike just meets two in the process. Zombs is the first one taking him down. Sick is just taking a long way around. And that seems to be the defense that has not worked so well. Cutler falls, and Sick is proving the point that Sentinels is not to be stopped at the moment. Oh, that's just nasty. Absolutely in the face. TSM needs such an opening. And that is Wardell.
Right, so we talked about Wardell's kind of roam role on the defense. He's back in the right.
I know exactly where you are.
And this is obviously giving him a good bit of information. hazed can deny a slight bit, but this is just a temporary block. Sentinels has no real problem taking the room. They had a few casualties here, as they were aware about the economic situation of their opponent, and obviously the closer range advantage they would have in those fights. They went a little bit more patient. Now Wardell is not really done yet as he finds ShahZaM. That's going to be Jet going ham, but sinatraa denies. And this is Sentinels. But not look that shaky at all.
Hold on, flat.
Yeah, that's a very good point you're having. Cypher always is very capable of doing so. ShahZaM fought walking slowly sideways to pay off. Oh, that could have worked. Nope.
Just 1v1 challenge.
No, you can't do it like that. In the meantime, sinatraa finds hazed as he joins the site with the fuse. Wardell has high ground, can't help him right there. Shot whiff, but this is the ult that might make the difference. Wardell is whiffing shots he would usually hit when he's sleeping. And Sentinels gotta make it work right now only with two. But we've seen in the past this combination can make it work quite well. Now it's even equalized. And that site becomes vulnerable. Finally Wardell hitting a shot. That's the first. The second still not granted. dapr is hitting another one. And this means that this is a big opportunity to get a fifth. Again and again and again, they find a way to deny access. They find a way to deny any possibility of a defuse. But this time, drone
on the initial hold.
You will not kill my allies.
Drone made an absolute hero play. Sentinels are going to be in a little bit of economic trouble if they don't close this out.
Cover going out.
Zombs doesn't make that easy.
Enemy removed.
Falls towards dapr. Has a standard chance as well. The back and forth has started. Sentinels with a brilliant start as TSM finds a way back into the game. Though the ball still, I mean, the player rotating from CT and coming from the doorway, that could have still been an opportunity. Either way, the bomb is down, and TSM, the breach ult is exactly what you want in such a scenario, and it seems like they're communicating exactly onto that. There it comes on site. The wall got a break, and then you got a good opportunity because they're right now isolating the ramp players. This is brilliant. This is a great opening and a great chance. Sick behind side is concussed, and that is another one falling. ShahZaM still does a brilliant job on it, and that wall comes too late. hazed might have not found it yet, as Sums knows what he does. Comes around the corner in the right time, and I love the ult.
Through mailroom first, then he's going to punish the shot.
There you see hazed joining, a perfect slower, but Zombs is falling, and now it's down to Wardell to hold every one of those individuals up from getting any further access. Saying so, ShahZaM again. He took another one down with that one, and suddenly it seems like that operator is paying off. Wardell's fast movement is giving him another extra life, as TSM might have just found a brilliant round with the force that Wardell provides.
When Wardell can just do that, it doesn't matter.
It absolutely doesn't, TJ. Not a single second where it looked like he was breaking a sweat. Sinatraa taking out hazed.
Here comes the party.
And that rocket fuse... Ah. That's a one-for-one trade, to say it that way. Sentinels could have benefited from a proper kill in this
Get
game.
out of my way.
With that Hellfire coming in. That should be round number 5. And it's not done yet, though. Sentinels get it with dapr. And this is so brilliantly done. We know how amazing Judge is on to Jet, but ShahZaM says, I'm having none of that. You can take that one back. dapr's moving for A. And he might just have a quite easy time there against Strone. As I say that, finds 2 with ease. No real obstacle for him.
Because
You
he
will
was,
not
don't forget, the
kill my
retake
ally.
over
You
on
will
that B
not
side as
kill
well
my
for that
allies.
one round.
Hmm.
Double res, this is a 5v5, nothing happened. Sorry, 4v5, Sentinels. Down 2, thanks for trying. Quick
They have a-
for you.
They have a good
Nice
time with it.
Will get planted very safe here, so this is all about post-plant for Sentinels. What can they get that lets them hold against the retake? ShahZaM is the first kind of prong of that.
If ShahZaM finds breach, this retake might be absolutely denied. And that's what matters. He does. Thrown out, and his ultimate coming down with it. As though hazed flanks, Wardell whiffs the shot, and zombs is capitalizing on that massively, which now leads to Sentinels having a man advantage for themselves. Cutler needs to push through that one, and might just find the punishment, but no, that's not the case. An 8-2-4 shifting towards a site. ShahZaM needs to do a lot of work, and that is Cutler down. ShahZaM just continues to do so. He seems to be a big fan of the Ghost, as it's time to stop there. Was a little too greedy, but tried to hold him up a little longer. It depends if Sentinels got the wonderful grenade in the hands of their race. That could make a difference. Saying so, there it is, and Sinatraa exactly knows what he's doing with that. Gets a bit of a heal, and now could become the pivotal tool to that retake, as I'm not quite sure if they know about the player who will pop out of window any second soon. That is Brimstone, who takes down 6. So Subroza does the job in the end with a triple, and Sentinels, nice try.
You have double Bulldog here.
Oh, Deja-vu, ShahZaM is again at it. Man, this guy is a beast on the operator. And absolutely nice. Everyone who just wants to get closer. Slap here, slap there. No access to A has been granted, as the bouncer says nah, and the bomb is heading back to sewers.
Butler, I believe, taking up the position.
Get out of my way.
It's actually, in this case, Subroza successful. And now was ShahZaM failing his ult. How unusual is that? But in the meantime, he continues the madness with finding a triple, but that triple does not secure the round yet. It's 30 seconds left on the clock, and Sick is not able to find the rotator. This is access granted. The walls have been crushed right now by TSM. And the A side that looked so easy to defend for the moment has now totally swapped, all in favor of the aggressors, and those aggressors are taking the mixed ground, high and low. But do they know about the wall? They will find out right here, and it works in the end as dapr gets the final kill on Subroza.
Wardell's onto the site, and there is no vision on him, but dapr times that peak perfectly. He's just going to keep holding that alley even as he's saged out. This is now a retake game, but he's going to time his push very
Taken out.
And in combination with what Sinatraa delivers, Sentinels might just get the defense working for themselves. hazed is getting caught on the flank, and now it's time for Drone to start something about it. That must be a disconnect.
Did he not hear?
No, what?
He didn't hear it. He didn't hear the initial tick. Hero of TSM that time. Unable to read the full stick on the defuse.
And you talk about Subroza being that aggressive Brimstone in mid, makes that work and makes it look easy. As though should have gotten the second, but then you suddenly get elevated and have no idea where you stand. Sentinels have lost their race.
Pushing B. So TSM, if they weren't here, this would be a good push. As they are here, it's also a good push.
That's the greed. Talking about it. Sick finding too. It's absolutely sick by him. That's the defense. Seems to work brilliantly.
Very well
It's
done.
classic. The one taps that make it work. 2 headshots and Cutler's eliminated. Sentinels 2 rounds away from success.
And now ShahZaM's completely visioned off. He's going to try and get really aggressive in the last 2 seconds.
Uh-oh, and this is worrying. Sinatraa at the right time. He had waited until he could finally make the big blow, and that has been the big boom over on the side of A. ShahZaM is still alive. ShahZaM proves what he's worth, and that's the spike down. It's about just one little truck down, and that clock is helping them pick up the round. Brilliant stuff by Sinatraa.
Oh my god, he gets the final close.
And now it's time. It's all coming down to B. One blast pack landed, the second one as well. And the rotation should be immediate right now for Sentinels. As the ult, though, becomes a bit of a problem. They say so. Sick finds one. Sick joins and goes for more. TSM only down to breach. And this, in this scenario, means that drone falls. And the 13-6 is inevitable.
Well, let's bring up those stats quickly and I can illustrate my point.
So, the control that they're looking for is very obvious, and zombs-wise it would be very surprising. Sinatraa, in the meantime, Reyna makes it work, and they find one frag after another.
God.
This is just nasty slaughter over there onto Garage. As they come out of it, there's more and more to find. Beautiful stuff we're seeing. That's round number 1 coming in favor for Sentinels.
I would actually say C would be a better.
And as you see right there, Sinatraa getting punished in the process in the meantime. Not as well as he wanted it to, but there ShahZaM swaps things up. TSM taking all the control they want. And so Cutler in the close range with the classic once per could do a good job, but you see that there's a lurk happening, and this could become a problem if they don't go through the smoke fast. Cutler is down, one more waiting back on the B side. They know about drone as well at the moment. And this means ShahZaM has to take a few too many angles. As the smoke's gonna fade, hazed is going to eliminate him, and that is a brilliant start to TSM's aggression. A site gets some major reinforcements already. Sentinels rotating every single player over onto A, and if TSM stick to this strategy, it might become a bit of a problem. As I say so, one finds 2 with ease. That's something not falling. The A side collapses, and there's no big problem right here. The second going for TSM. Very slow. It's all coming down to mid right now.
Shoving forward. I love that. Because they get so close to the bottom of mid so fast, they catch TSM off guard, find 2 for 1 in the trade. Very low HP on hazed as well.
Very much indeed, but how in God's name did he have any vision on Sinatraa there?
I'm just really impressed with Wardell this round. He's pretty much single-handedly brought them back into it, and dapr's here to send him out of it. This will be a long hold against, and that fire completely cancels the possibility of shumps. They can play heavy.
No, they do so. And the ShahZaM ones were making it work with the classic. The defenders win, as there is no opportunity at all for TSM.
But drifting that one through the smoke.
And that means Zombs is the last one standing there actively on the B side, but Reyna as well as Sage are coming to join. As Sinatraa though falls, Sentinel's defense crumbles, remaining only on the 2 individuals. Zombs and Sick most likely won't stand a chance of that, as this bomb has hit the ground. And 5 TSM players. That's not really an easy task. That's not really that kind of obstacle you want to go over. And so, heading backwards. Of course, the Molotov denies a good bit of access. Drone is just now pushing on the side and being revealed. Same for his teammates, and that is not going to work. It comes at the right time, and that's denial.
Still got it.
And even that way, you get more and more. Beautiful job.
Hazed finds a triple spray down to close out the round, but
Third on the board. Means now, Zombs is trying to deny them any further on getting onto B. It seems like they're having none of that, as Wardell tries to join, fails to do so, and Sick with the double might make it a triple anytime soon, but Drone replies correctly. This is the B site that became pretty much a slaughterhouse at the moment, and nobody of TSM comes out as a survivor.
ShahZaM will be just holding this corner, waiting for Cutler to dare step out of his spawn.
Gunner.
As hazed gets picked up, the only member of TSM left is Cutler, who was hiding in the spawn, and even that is not safe.
That might become interesting. Saying so, Reyna's coming for you. Subroza's down, and there he knows there's more to come with just that. But that's denial. The wall banks are too massive. Sinatraa moves back and needs to hope for a heal. Gets that one for herself, or more likely himself in this case. And that one is seemingly done and dusted. One after another fall. Sentinels only got Wardell in the way, and the 5th round belongs to the squad.
That pays huge dividends for Sentinels.
It very much does. In the meantime, frags are coming in left, right, and center. Brilliant job by dapr, as TSM can only rely on to 2, and just a few seconds have passed. With that being said, the C side seems to become their main goal, as ShahZaM is moving away from it.
Blocking sight.
And as you see right there, Wardell realizes that he needs to move out of the flames. Sentinels still got a quite massive obstacle coming their way. That operator is such a dangerous tool in the hands of Wardell. So his movement is somewhat limited. Here comes the ult. Wardell trying to make it with the jumps. Can he deny the fuse? dapr knows exactly what he's doing. And then easily that this C side is not to be retaken that easily. As, you know, even the Odin can't change that fact. TSM, though, with a man disadvantage, might just lose another, but no, that's not the Odin job that could have worked. Wardell falls, retreat. Pardon, it's gonna retreat coming in immediately. As Sick and Co. Really gotta consider if they do so. They really gotta consider it. Sneaking up here from Garage. Sick is coming in with the double. The revive was not the right move, but ShahZaM is still on the hunt. Saw a bit of the shoulder and makes it work. Sentinels keep up the pace, and they keep on performing in a way that's so enjoyable.
He got another one!
I would really be upset. I would really be upset, but I mean, this guy is continuously putting a laser through that wall. You don't really want to run into that. And as that laser was successful, TSM down to 4 players. As 6 starts up, ShahZaM might just join the party. Exactly thus. Suddenly, the options run out for TSM. With 1 minute and 10 left on the clock, they gotta make it work with 2.
After found the kill with that exact wall spam, now twice in a row with the Odin, which is not, I might add, the most subtle gun. A 1v4 now. Cutler does find one and gets orbital struck out of the video game. 8-4. Their balance would work out, and it turns out it is literally Cypher solo A.
Caught one.
Strap the
My eyes
people want these guys.
This is what makes a good Cypher. Tripwire for a free frag, even when you smoke. And that is right now causing a bit of trouble. Nobody even knows where everybody is. And Sentinels only got 2 options to make this work. Let me correct it. It might be just one anytime soon. As Wardell walks around the sites, dapr falls, and this means... We'll take a look at that. The bomb is just absolutely changing directions. This could be a quite good one here for Sick, as he could make it work whatever way he likes. He changes up pace.
Oh, I like that ice wall.
That's the fake wall,
I
right?
really like that ice wall. Obviously they can get through that, but they have to sound cue him so he can bait it. He doesn't peek this, ideally, and then waits till through the sound cue of them fighting. Ice wall
This is so
does
good.
that.
This is so good. This is enjoyable from Sick. He outplays them, knows where the bomb is, and just needs to do 1 or 2 shots here on the remaining Sova. Just right now waiting for the right peak. Jiggle and jiggle. There comes the defuse in. Once more has been aborted, and Sick keeps on playing. He keeps on playing games. It's him reloading, but it's not being Sick. Sick, do something about this, please. It's 1 more shot, and this man might just save the day. My God, Sick. See right here. Sinatraa just pushing through, gets immediately punished by Cutler. The defense of TSM is still alive with Subroza joining it. C is still under pressure and finally has collapsed. The retake comes in any second soon. With Sobabroom and Phoenix, definitely a quite good one. Those characters, those agents have the capability to regain control. As hazed, first of all, makes work of the bullets, takes down zombs. Sentinels, they take room. They want to take control, and they make that work so brilliantly. Sick only has a close-range weapon anyway, and that means he gotta use it, and dapr joins that job. 11-4. And as the flash comes in, hazed, eliminating zombs with ease. TSM still need to find a way back into this. dapr still, collapses nearly as though he takes out Wardell in the process. TSM's defense is still strong enough to do something about it, but how strong is it overall? As they all just join the site, that is poor Sick, who just might fall any second too. They know where he stands. They know he's just about to be trapped. Left, right, and center players join. sinatraa right now comes in as reinforcement and has to do one more job. The classic! And he takes the burst on him.
Hunt begins.
Very well deserved in defeat. Right now it's time to use the ult. And as they're trying to enter the site, hazed finds two in the process. Cutler is doing his job as well, and this suddenly is a round that seems to not work out for Sentinels at all. As that is a nice shock dart for ShahZaM. I can't really imagine he's going to use it on face as well, and he's going to fall. Nope, World is a nice stat. And TSM are on track, are possibly.
Nowhere to run!
Now, the ult comes our way. dapr takes that World. Subroza replies, and Drone also finds ShahZaM. TSM with a few quite nice bits for the moment. Sentinels still going to make it work with just a duo, as a site might be not the right choice for the moment.
A defended site. Sentinels committed to down.
That means sinatraa gotta do it on his own, but nope. Gets denied before he can change his state.
It's ultra ability though.
Yeah.
In the long run.
Prepare for hellfire.
Meantime, ShahZaM has to hit that one. As they still, TSM suddenly found new energy and aggression. And I love it. I really enjoy to see it as they constantly challenge them again and again and again. That could make it work in the end. That could make it work to go into overtime.
So TSM burned a lot of ultimates that round to get econ advantage, which is worth it. Sentinels will keep being a little bit broke.
Failed. And this just means that this side might become fairly vulnerable. It is Wardell bouncing back with ShahZaM. Has to hold from under heaven. Like is not even checking on that.
What a sick flick from Wardell to shut down Sick. TSM will clean up the anti-eco.
Molotov is landing back in window. They must definitely go for the full aggression over onto C. Is it gonna work this time? Immediate revives coming in. TSM, they're back on the 4v4. But the C side has been taken in the process. sinatraa is on his ult. TSM, they might have the jet ult, that might work fine, but low HP is not really beneficial there. They still go for it anyway, and that is Wardell falling. They know where also Cutler is standing.
I know exactly.
And this means TSM only down to 2, but there's the info. There is the ult from Cypher that could be so goddamn useful to it, as they gain all the information they need to. Drone just pushes through, can't take out ShahZaM. Cutler is gonna possibly do it. It's only down to him, but there is an orbital to strike, and that's just nasty. This is paying too much time, this is costing him too much.
That was spent early, that could actually lose us.
Not necessarily, not at this point anymore.
Okay.
Under no circumstance.
Very well played. Sentinels close things out. 13-9 on map number 2, dropping TSM to the lower bracket.
And besides that, this is a very, once more, worrying sign about this rivalry building up with TSM and Sentinels. TSM have played this map before this one 22 times, winning it 21 out of 22. And this is another loss on the board.